Quests are real-world experiences and hands-on projects that we do each session.
So a quest is a real-world learning project. Our quests focus on a real person in the world that has a real problem that our learners can solve. And so quests last a whole session from 4 to 7 weeks. Learners go through multiple rounds of building or making something, and then they produce their work at a public exhibition.
It's where you learn how to solve real life situations. Right now we're doing an entrepreneur quest on a business.
For high school, it is a group of challenges, right? And usually there's a topic, there's a theme. For instance, we were supposed to do architecture this session. And in between this quest, you'd have different challenges that help you learn about architecture and that help you do architecture and make architecture and help you with the process, learn more about it and learn if you want to do it or not. And it kind of exposes you to different areas. So it's not just math or science, or it's a more specific area of expertise, and it's a lot of experts that come in and talk to you about it.
We think of quests as a journey of a certain topic. So if we're going to talk about detectives, what do they do? Who are they? How did they get to be a detective? What skills do they need to bring? So during a quest, we explore all of those avenues. We bring in experts that are in that division. We will design usually some type of big exhibition at the end of it to display what we've learned over that time. This is a time, usually quest, where we do our most science type of activities. So it's really hands-on and students get to dive deeply into a topic for an extended amount of time.
Learners actually get a chance to see how they can use their math, how they can use their English, how they can use their social studies skills, how they can use their science in order to help someone. And that's inspiring for kids when they get a chance to make a difference by using what they know.
We work together in teams to build stuff like a robot, for say. And then on the 6th week, we present it to our parents.
They consist of anything from detective work to learning about chemistry, to learning about financial planning. There's an array of things that we throw at them in order to provide the hands-on learning.
My favorite thing about Quest is it kind of puts us in the world, so we're not just solving questions about that they make up, but we're kind of in their real world.
Quests promote learning and leading across lines of difference because they introduce young people to people who are different than them and who have problems that are often unlike the problems that they have. And they give an opportunity for young people to give them the chance to get to know them, empathize with them, and learn, and spend a day in the life of their shoes and see what life is actually like.
Most of the time we get to do it in groups, groups of 3, groups of 5, and stuff like that.
A lot of times quests it's on the learner to figure out how they're going to engage with it, what's going to be their unique solution to this problem. So they're able to bring their own interest into play in a quest.
So it's important for guides to know about quests that planning them takes a lot of thought, takes a lot of preparation. It's best for a guide to think of themselves as a game maker who's kind of setting up the story and setting up the dimensions of the quest and inspiring young people to take on this challenge and then shepherding them throughout the process.
We consider ourselves game makers, so we designed the quest like a game. So you've got a map that you've got to follow over the 6 weeks, and each station you have things that you need to do. So at the beginning of Quest, we kind of announce what the game is, make it really big and fun and huge and get them excited about it. And then week 1, this is what you have to accomplish. Here are your materials, how are we gonna get it done? And we may do that through videos that they can see, experts coming in, but it all will come down to these 3 deliverables that you have to do at the end of the week to move on to the next one. So they've got time to work on it, but if they don't get through week 1, they're still working on week 1 while their friends are on week 2. So it's still self-directed in there.
The more detailed the steps that are planned, then the more hands-off a guide can be in the implementation of a quest. Whereas if the design of the quest is more open-ended, then the more high touch the guide is going to have to be in guiding the learners through that quest. Probably the most important thing for parents to know about quests is that they should let their learners do it. They should let their learners really take on that whole process and learn by doing. It's tempting for parents with big projects to kind of jump in, roll up their sleeves, and sometimes help. But this is a moment where parents can just ask questions. Hey, what's the problem you're trying to solve here? How's it going? What do you think you're capable of? What do you think is going to happen if you do X, Y, or Z? And that's actually a great role that parents can play with quests. As guides, we actually don't know what they're going to come up with as a result of the solutions that they suggest or recommend or build. But we do know the process they're going to go through. They're going to go through a design thinking process where they first feel and empathize with the person or group that has the problem, and then they experiment with some different ideas and prototypes for what might work. And eventually they evaluate the merit of those ideas and solutions, and they get feedback from experts, they get feedback from people who have those problems, and then they eventually share what it is that they, that they've come up with, and hopefully they make a dent, in some issue in the world.